I am attempting to complete all 5 State of Decay 2 maps in Lethal Zone using one single character. Oh no! So far, our main man, Mr. Wicker, named after himself being like a candle, has cleared both Meager Valley and Providence Ridge, but has made very little progress in finding his lost brother. Well, today he heads to Drucker County, where not only does he have 30 already awoken plague hearts to deal with, but also 30 hostile enclaves that need to be eliminated in the hope of finding a clue about where or what happened to his brother. Wick has once again changed his clothes to match the goal at hand, absolute destruction. And once he started our building projects, them being the same setup as the last 2 maps, he makes his way to set up several outposts in order to keep his supplies going strong while he tackles the blood plague. Outpost number 1 is this gun shop, outpost 2 is this nearby medical centre, and outpost 3 is this petrol station down the road. All of which have been upgraded to level 2, which is the highest upgrade I can do without learning additional quirk skills. We do also have a 4th outpost slot available thanks to the signal antenna we found in Providence, and we'll be using that slot going forward as an emergency base to refill our resources or drop off loot depending on where we are in Drucker. Now finally we head to the first plague heart of Drucker County, but rather foolishly Wick has forgotten the one thing he's been relying on this entire time, his bloody heavy shovel. I suppose that's what you get when you celebrate your second victory of the blood plague with a full bottle of tequila, you daft bastard. But Wick is still overly confident in his abilities and to send shivers down the spines of his enemies, he decides to end the first heart entirely only using his combat knife. The baddies of Drucker County will learn to fear the man some call the boogeyman, although some would refer to the boogeyman as a delightfully tasteful snack. And just like that, we're nearly infected before taking down the first plague heart. I'm sure you'll agree it's not a great position to be in. We haven't even taken down the first phase for fuck's sake. But then again, I always look at the first heart as the warm-up. Get your mistakes out of the way early doors, then you can divide and conquer the rest. So at the moment, the strategy is to outrun the plague Zeds, get a couple of hits on the heart, then retreat before repeating myself. Over and over again, may I add. This works great until a crackhead decides to join the fun. At that point, I lead the beast outside and shoot it several times in the face. What? I said I was going to take down the plague heart with close combat, not ferals. I haven't got a bloody death wish. Anyway, after my best estimate of hitting the heart 69,000 times, I finally complete the first phase. Just another 2 more to go. Then while it's spewing out its toxic gases, I lead the hordes to a nearby house to lose them in. I loop back around and start hitting the heart once again. Once the crowds overwhelm me, I yeet myself out of the window, kill a crackhead, then go back to beating. Well, more accurately stabbing. And surprisingly, we complete the second phase rather quickly. We then end up in another roly-poly battle with another crackhead, but obviously I come out on top. Then once again, after I've led them all away, I can get back to the heart for some romantic one-on-one time that ends in an explosive climax, and still no infection for me. And on that note, I think it's time to get out of here. The next plague heart is in a house nearby, and you'll be glad to know Wick has rediscovered his shovel. He left it in the boot, the silly bastard. So this heart should go down without a fight, am I right? Oh yes, no problems whatsoever. Oh shit. Oh well, what's one more infection considering how many times we were infected in Providence, right? Anyway, I can dodge my way back in and complete the second phase with the Spec Ops Vector, or as a lot of people would more accurately describe it as the Plague Heart Melter. It's a shame I'm trying to save my ammo for the human contingent of this map, seeing as there are so many. Although if I could find a handgun press facility mod, that would be amazing going forward so I could reliably craft the 45 caliber rounds this gun needs. But for now, as a juggernaut is about to turn my car into a plaything, I think it's probably for the best to use the ammo on this occasion so we can get out as quick as possible. And that's one thing that nobody has ever said about your mother. You might be thinking that joke was completely unnecessary, and if I'm being honest, you'd be correct. But I've got an inappropriate joke quote that I've got to hit in order to make sure that you will like the video and subscribe. Make sure to do that right now, by the way. I bet Prince Andrew is just glad he's been replaced with Drake for my go-to nonce jokes. Anyway, before I head back to base, I stopped by the first plague heart we took down, but just so I could collect all of its loot. And once the goods have been dropped off at a nearby outpost and the car has been repaired, I start to form a strategy. Let's kill them, that, and then we're gonna go this way around. So with the cycle of violence very much in play, we make our way to the first hostile enclave we'll be dealing with. This could be a seriously deadly mission with one wrong move costing us not only Wick's life, but the entire run. Lethal hostiles are capable of downing you with a single shot. This is not something to be taken lightly. However, it seems our earlier intimidation tactics worked out, as they're quaking in their boots as Wick drops in and removes them from the face of the earth without even stopping to ask about his brother. It's all about sending a message message to the rest of the hostiles. The boogeyman is coming for you. But due to my loud and proud nature, there's no time to loot the corpses, we've just got to get out of there. But we don't have to go far, as just down the road is our next playcard. The first phase gets completed simple enough by wedging myself in the corner and simply timing my swings between the heart and the other zombies. I also tossed a Molotov behind me for that residual damage, so when I go back in, the second phase comes even quicker. Speaking of coming quicker, a bloater then blows his load as I try to escape. But thankfully fire is my ally and does a great job of clearing out the hordes on the inside. Not that it matters, as I now have to deal with a crackhead and my loud ass refuses to use suppressors. Although that does mean the loud gunshots have drawn the majority of the knobheads outside, so once again Wick can prove how strong his palms are. I'm rewarded with some decent loot for my efforts, then head 2 houses over to eliminate more hostile scumbags. But once again, very little room for interrogation. I'm basically the CIA in the 60s, 70s, 80s? You know what? I'm basically just the CIA, but with considerably less forced drug addiction in minority neighborhoods. You might be thinking, but Jay, you shouldn't be forcing any drug addiction onto anybody, especially minorities. And you'd be correct, but there is one minority group I'd love to see high as a bloody kite, and that's the boomers. If anyone needs to chill the fuck out, it's them angry twats. You might also be thinking, Jay, boomers aren't a minority. Well, they certainly will be soon, as they're all dying out from high blood pressure. Being that angry all the time isn't good for you, so make sure to hug your nan tonight, as tomorrow she might pop with rage. I feel I might have gone off topic slightly, but that's alright. I very quickly complete the first 2 phases of the playcard. Oh look! That's the guy I just murdered! Huh. Oh shit! And that's a guy who's trying to currently murder me. Well, very many better people have tried and failed, and so does this feral. But with that, a few more swings ends the playcard. I then take a trip back to base to unload and sort out the infection meter with infection therapy. I can then head straight back to where I just come from, but in considerably better condition. Our next targets are an enclave opposite the playcard, and I'm hoping by taking on the playcard first, the hostiles will help keep the undead busy, and hopefully take more damage in the process, making them easier to deal with later. But to be honest, I think they might have been a bit too far away to have an impact, as you might be able to tell from the amount of dickheads trying to feast on my flesh. But either way, the heart goes down without any further issues, and then I can turn my attention to the hostiles. And for some reason, I've gone back to stealth mode, which goes well. Oh god. But hey, you know what they say, your revenge is a dish best served via SMG. Another set of hostiles meet in their maker, and due to this map now being more overly populated than an Indian locomotive, the next target is just around the corner. Where the fucking hell did you just come from? Well, with all 30 playcards awake, infestations are starting to spread like a priest's herpes through Sunday school, and we just so happen to have a level 3 infestation right between a playcart and a hostile enclave. Well, you probably already know what I'm thinking, but I know exactly what to do with that juggernaut. Worst case scenario, the hostiles take it out and I get whatever loot it drops, as is from an infestation, and best case scenario, it takes out the hostiles while I deal with the playcart. That is assuming he isn't taking part in industrial action, of course. Is it like just time for lunch or something, Jug? Yeah, that's convenient in a juggernaut, that you're just currently taking 5 off while you know, I'm not being attacked. So with the Juggernaut being a bigger disappointment than I am to my parents, I turn my attention to the playcard. I quite quickly complete the first phase, then drop a molly to set it on fire, which burns up all the Zeds, and I can sneak back in and complete the second phase. I can then go for a jog to lead away the hordes, kill a crackhead, then finally finish off the playcard. And seeing as the Juggernaut is still refusing to do his bit for the good of my cause, it's time to spray and pay my way through more hostiles. Although the last really does take more back shots than Mia Khalifa. God damn, that Wilter survived. Don't they know I'm running on a limited ammo supply over here? Thankfully, I get another toolkit from the playcart's husk, which is handy, as if our car smokes anymore, it won't be the Zeds that kill Wick, it'll be the Emphysema. My next stop will be taking on 2 hostile enclaves and a playcart. The first of which being this group of 3 that has the survival instincts of a panda and just charge straight into my gunfire. Good night, you feeble pricks, the WWF ain't gonna save you now. I always thought it was strange the World Wrestling Federation was in charge of saving endangered animals. Straight to the next enclave, but I don't even give them a chance for response. Don't worry about all this innocent blood being spilt, they're all guilty by association. I can then head over to the playcart down the road and take it out, but the fight has left me closer to a deadly disease than 2010 Charlie Sheen. So that leaves me with a difficult decision to make. Do I waste more fuel on another trip back to base to use the infirmary, or do I just say fuck it and use up a plague cure in the next 10 minutes? Although I suppose I could try and, you know, not be hit by a plague Zed, but let's be honest, that's not gonna happen. For now, I decide to turn this petrol station into an upgraded outpost so I can drop off my loot and refill my sack. Then it's off to continue my murder spree. But if I'm being honest, this time is just a lonely member, although he is right next to a playcart. Fuck knows what he did to get that kind of security detail. He's either stupid or the big bosses despise him. And while I'm on my way to my next destination, I run into a triple pack of ferals and decide to take him out Fast and Furious style, with sick drifts. That was tactically inept, in all honesty. That was tactically inept. I've just lost my favourite door, the one that keeps me alive from those bloodfellas. As usual, I park a safe distance away, then head inside to attack the plague art and complete the first phase, before setting it on fire and going hell for leather with the vector. I guess I didn't get the memo for trying to save ammo. A feral then bursts in as I throw myself out of the window, which then results in me getting infected. Damn, that was a lot less than 10 minutes. But don't worry, I'm always carrying plenty of cures on me, which is handy as my magazine runs out with one shot away from taking it out, and once again I take massive infection damage. I then struggle to reload and instead try burning everything alive in order to give me time to slide in that magazine, and I certainly didn't singe myself in that process. But thankfully I do get enough time to reload and finish off the crackhead. That definitely could have been better, chap. That definitely could have gone better. I then take out the lonely hostile easy as you'd like, abandon the previous fuel outpost and turn this medical tent into an outpost instead. My thought process here was I'm currently only breaking even on my medical resources, with the infirmary costing 2 a day and my other upgraded outpost only supplying the same. And as meds are the resource I'm currently using the most of, I think I need to make sure there's plenty available. I can then afford to take a few minutes to loot the entire area, including the plague art we just took down. Then I can make my way to more hostiles. On second thought, that's a pretty nasty looking wandering horde. Let's lead them back to my incendiary landmine field. Now it's back to attacking hostiles. Oh, crap's sake, he just took out my other door, I've just put a repair kit on there. Honest to God. I then try letting the feral with a few other knobheads it's attracted to deal with the hostiles, but they can't quite put it off as well as our trained badass over here. Even a pop bloater couldn't take out the poor bastard. There we go. That's got to deal with him, surely. He's right in the centre of that cloud. Honestly, at this point, I'm starting to feel sorry for him. No, not you. You can get the shovel to the face. I then deal with the hostile the old-fashioned way, and immediately get out of there heading towards the unfinished houses on top of the mountain. There's a plague cart in one of them, but unfortunately, there's also an infestation. Luckily, the feral from that infestation glitches through my car and takes a rather permanent nap, so I can nice and easily head and deal with the plague cart. Okay, maybe not. Luckily I got plenty of cures, blah blah blah, look how many bloody zombies are after me. Then it's time to approve my application into goat status by taking down the first phase without a single touch, then burning the pricks pursuing me. I then headshot a bloater so it doesn't pop, loop around the infestation and drop a molly on said bloater for maximum damage to the hordes that have been attracted to my gunfire. Proving once and for all my tactical intelligence knows no bounds, and everyone in the comment section should say something nice about me. Please. I'm desperate for attention. And from here I take down the plague art with no further issues, only taking partial infection damage in the process. But we take those. From there I take down another enclave pretty simply, but mainly because SMGs tend to do a lot better than rusty pipes. But this is where shit could get serious. Our next objective is to capture a really small area that has 4 plague arts and 4 hostile enclaves in. And to make things worse, there's also a level 3 infestation. But I think I might be able to use that to my advantage. I think it might be finally time to use the biochem station we picked up in Miga. So with me armed more diabolically than a James Bond villain, I head off to break the Geneva Convention. Firstly paying a visit to Second's auto repair with the level 3 infestation is. I then intend on leading the Juggernaut hordes and whatever other nasty shit is in there directly towards the enclaves. Sure, this makes things much more dangerous, but I've got scent block to make me invisible to the zombie assault. And with that scent block active, I lob a zombie through the window. Then with all the undead in the area flocking towards that enclave of 3, I turn my attention to the plague cart. And with scent block active, it's barely an inconvenience. Although when a hostile tries chasing me down, we do get a good submission into the out of context J. Talbot. That guy's trying to come for me. I obviously ignore the threat and leave him to be munched on, then drop a second zombie through the neighbour's window. I can then once again turn my attentions to another plague cart, and you can probably predict exactly how that goes. Unfortunately, that second zombie only managed to deal with one of the hostiles, so it's time to whip out the gas launcher. However, the one manages to wriggle his way out, so I've got to put him down the old-fashioned way, with his back facing me, running away scared. Wait, is Wick the baddie of this run? No, of course not, don't be ridiculous. I then go face to face with another hostile, and it's fair to say they were overconfident.
Oh, I am so gonna...
No, please continue what you were about to say. What were you about to finish? The scent block then wears off as I head to the enclave furthest north and finish them all off with a perfectly timed gas grenade. Did I just get all 3 of them in one? Oh my god. That was an amazing shot. 2 plague carts and 1 enclave left. Of this little small mini section, that is. Overall, we've still got 19 hearts left. I decide to take out the plague cart nearest me first, as that makes more logical sense. The first of which goes down with no problem, so I turn my attention onto the hostiles. 2 of which are dealt with the gas launcher, then the final still roly-polies his way into my burst fire. Better luck next time, providing you believe in reincarnation, of course. Then it's immediately on to this next plague art that's in this medical center. I start things off by dropping a wily peak grenade as it forms a smoke barrier which the Zeds can't see through. However, this doesn't exactly go to plan, as I immediately set myself on fire pretty severely. But hey, at least my moronic ways caused the first phase. I then tried to prematurely take the second phase, but end up gassing myself. Perhaps that's karma in all fairness. A juggernaut has also decided to come play, so it's a good thing I've parked my car far away. Oh, you what the fuck? That is some first grade bullshit. So I head back inside, but I'm forced to deal with a crackhead. But that's fine, as with him out of the way, it's pretty simple to deal with the rest of the heart. And with that massive success under our belt, it's time to head back to base to drop off all of our loot, and probably sort out our health while we're there. Although being the moron I am, that might have slipped my mind. As I make my way to the area we'll next be clearing. And at this point you might be thinking, now you've got access to some serious grade chemical warfare, doesn't this make the whole challenge rather redundant? Well, not really, as that stuff is all really expensive to craft, and I'd rather keep hold of my resources for other solutions that would go much further. It's all about getting the most bang for your buck. I deal with a feral, quickly followed by another, before watching a horde devour the final hostiles. The play card is also down due to a damage multiplier glitch earlier. Again, no idea how or why it happens, no matter how many times people explain it to me in the comment section. So I immediately head to the next play card, which is in this factory building. Although it does seem like we're back to that stage where I'm dodging triple packs like celebrities are dodging questions about Epstein's flight logs. Woohoo, baby! Let's just keep moving. Don't get me wrong, it takes many serious roly-poly fights. Alright, we got one down. But powered by painkillers and a lust for blood, we get the job done. Right, there we go. And number 3 is dead too. And with those bastards out of the way, it's pretty easy to finish off the heart from there. And it really looks like I'm ignoring the memo to save ammo. What a bloody prick. The next heart is in a tartan mart just down the road, and by the time I've taken it out, I'm once again very close to infection. Yeah, a lot fewer plague zombies in this area. Woo, have I got enough stuff to take on the next one? You goddamn right we have. The next plague cart is in a farm down the road, and that goes down easily, not even a smidge of movement in my infection meter. But at this point it would probably be a good time to head back to use the infirmary. At least my injuries have been sorted though with a first aid kit I found in a plague cart. So once my partial infection has been removed, I set my next destination and Vin Diesel my way over there. I shoot 2 dickheads in the face, and you wouldn't believe it, they were living with a bloody plague cart. Well, seeing as we're here, it would be rude not to take it out, but I can honestly say I've never seen that before. If you've ever seen something as daft as that, let me know in the comment section. The plague cart goes down with no issues, however I get a big issue when I try to loot it. Right, where's the bloater? Oh, Jesus! Did anyone see that? Am I going blind? Blind or not, I think it's time to move on. The next is just up the road, and it too goes down with no problem. And I even managed to loot it without running through a bloater. Oh, baby. Also, I'm getting the wrong way. Jesus Christ. Well, running into it after looting obviously doesn't count, right? Now it's time to face our next big challenge. You may have noticed on the last few hearts, a lot of the zombies have had purple eyes from a curveball. Well, that curveball is out for blood. Plague Zeds deal more damage, they're melee resistant, and are running around wildly. Do you think I can blame that on the previous 2 bloater incidents? To prevent this, I've got to take down the plague cart it's connected to. The only problem with that is there happens to be 2 hostile enclaves right across the road. So basically, we're in for a tough time. But as long as I can keep moving and hopefully direct the hordes that are attracted to me towards the hostiles, we should be okay. Things start off according to plan as I take the first phase of the plague cart. Then once all the plague Zeds are after me, it's time to shift them onto the hostiles by running down the street that separates them. Let's hope they don't start shooting. I try sneaking around the back just as a feral decides to join the chase. Well, I don't want it on me as I take on the heart, so I've got to lead it towards the knobheads. Oh shit! Oh, thank you for shooting the feral for me. No! The feral tackled me in the most dangerous part of the map, but luckily I can fight through. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no! A single shot removes my remaining health as a feral munches at my cheeks. But being the beast he is, Wick can shake it off. No! Only to get immediately one shot once again. And to make things worse, we're now infected, and our injuries are piling up. Oh, God, this might be it. After all that effort, all for nothing. Clearing meager, defeating warlords, fighting off all of the infection after infection in Providence Ridge. We've cleared 2/3 of Drucker County and taken dozens of lives in the process. Wick will never find his brother, and the mystery of who he is will never be told. He's been the champion of champions, but I guess this was all too much as he slowly slips away in the middle of the street, alone. So very alone. Is what I should be saying. But our boy Wick shall not be defeated, least of all by a bloody crackhead. Somehow he finds his feet and fights on to live another day. Okay, I've no idea how we lived. But we did, and with the cure injected and painkillers fighting off the gunshot wounds, we crack on. So once I've removed the face of the feral, I take down the plague art, and for now we'll be ignoring those hostiles. Them getting that close to killing me will send a message of hope to my enemies. And hope is something that should be squashed with extreme violence. The last thing we need is a boost in morale, making our challenge that much more difficult. It's times like these that separate the weak from the stupid. So by the time we've taken care of the plague art, as if on cue, a juggernaut has decided to investigate. And you can probably guess exactly what I'm gonna do with that juggernaut. Hey Juggy, you so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Juggy. What? No, don't serenade the bastard. Oh god, no. Oh great, there's 3 of them. 3 at my back and 4 hostiles at my front. And 1 juggernaut acting like he's P. Diddy. Does anyone know what I could do? You're supposed to be the streamer, you twat. Fucking figure it out. In a masterstroke of ingenious thinking, I climb a ladder onto the gun store. But that means the ferals turn their attention to the next available meat source. Munch away, you drug-riddled bastards. That's fine by me. One of the problems will deal with the other. And that's okay with me. My next plan is to turn this gun store into an outpost. But first I've got to make room to abandon the gun store I claimed earlier. And surprisingly I don't face any opposition. Although I probably set the landmines prematurely, and that almost certainly saved the life of the final hostile. But if anything, it only delays the inevitable, even if the bastard can teleport. Although it turns out his safe space isn't too safe, as I burst in and start smacking the prick with my shovel. Over and over again, not caring if this is wasting my shovel's durability, not caring about the time it takes or the repetitive strain injury I'll sustain. It's about sending a message to the rest of the hostiles of Drucker County. Wick is coming for you. Oh yeah, this is gonna take fucking forever. There we go. I dealt with that. Okay, instead, I guess I could just send them an abusive tweet or something. Kill that, kill that, kill that, then that. Look, it's like a massive game of join the dot. Dot to dot. And that is exactly what we do. I kill crackheads, avoid juggernaut charges, but ultimately the play carts fall. Even getting a first aid kit as a reward. We decimate hostile after hostile. Everyone who stands in my way shall fall.
You ready to die?
I'm not ready to die. Are you ready to die? Another play cart, even more hostiles. If I didn't care for ad revenue so much, I'd be playing Queen's Don't Stop Me Now. Actually, I suppose if I sing it out of tune, the copyright system won't screw me. On second thoughts, after recording the first 30 seconds, that was an absolutely terrible idea. Nope, not happening. No. But I suppose if the whole series gets like 69,000 likes, I could release a cover for the meme. Also, how lucky was I to miss that bloater there? Everything you've just seen there was mathematically calculated in my brain. We're A-okay. So I head to a new area of the map that has 1 plague cart and 3 hostile enclaves. But looking at my infection meter, I'm gonna have to be very bloody careful. We start with me balls deep in a horde, and I really need to make sure I'm pronouncing the D there. I complete the phase, then drop a pipe bomb before burning the entire place down with a fuel bomb, which does a great job of clearing the entire horde, and guess who's still not infected? Oh, what the fuck? Where did you come from? Oh, for crying out loud. I suppose that's my fault for forgetting about the ankle biters. But with no further issues, the heart goes down and I head across the road to deal with the hostiles. And don't get me wrong, they know how to take a bullet to the face. Just not quite well enough. We then continue the most violent game of dot to dot in human history by simply crossing the street and shooting even more dickheads in the face. And you wouldn't bloody believe it, they were also living with a play cart. But I didn't realise it at first, so I made my way to deal with more hostiles. And apparently these guys don't need a roof over their heads, as they're basing at a cell tower. I then get hit by a stray and it removes nearly all of my health. And to make things worse, I'm completely out of all of my medication. And there's a feral on the way. Well, if it ever rains, it fucking pours. Thankfully, I remembered I left some in the play cart I just took out. Admittedly, it was only 1, but we take those. Although I do find 2 more in the van outside. But that does make me wonder who the hell would actually pop a random pill you found in a decaying husk. Sounds like someone is asking for a leaky bottom. Let's see who's dealt with each other. There was a feral there and there was a hostile enclave. It looks like they're both still there. It looks like there's a 2-on-1, so I level the playing field and the feral takes the win. But now is probably a good time to leave him to it, so I retreat back to the car and realise there's another play cart in the area. That's when the penny drops. Wait, this is where the hostiles were. Again! That's the second time that's happened. What the bloody hell is going on with these hostiles in Drucker then? Bastards are the blood plague. Well, that's a plot twist and a half, innit? I get the win over the play cart doing what I do best, and our speedy boy doesn't even get lukewarm. After all that, we now only have 4 play carts remaining and 6 enclaves that need eradicating. For one last time, let's take back Drucker and eliminate these bastards. Once the first phase is finished, I drop a fuel bomb that clears the house, then get into a scrap with a couple of ferals, before finishing off the heart. And I've been very lucky that the ammo I've been getting from hearts is the 45 caliber I need to keep my vector going. I then make my way across the street to take out the lonely hostile, who somehow managed to close the door while she she was lying on the floor bleeding out. Fair play, telekinesis takes skills. Then it's time to head south, where 2 more enclaves meet their maker. I get infected by a feral, although I do get my revenge. Then I take down the placard. Placard down. Yes it is, my friend. Yes, it is. Oh, there's the bloater. Bloody hell, that's like the 3rd bloater I've just casually walked straight through. Not even a sneak attack like they did in Providence. Either they're getting smarter or I'm getting dumber. I'll let you guys decide that in the comment section. 2 play carts remaining in Drucker County. The first of which gets off to a terrible start as I go back to my stealth and speed approach. I complete the first phase with a shovel, blow myself up with a pipe bomb, then while attempting to shoot it, I get tackled by a feral straight into the gas cloud. Of all the bloody places to land. But somehow I still manage to take down the heart without getting infected. Just 1 final heart and 3 hostile knobheads remaining. But I think we need something extra to take down the last living members of the baddies. And I'm out of supplies anyway, so gotta get back to an outpost to stock up, I suppose. And seeing as I'm down to my final 3 45 caliber rounds, it only feels right to go back to the gas launcher. I have 3 gas rounds left for the launcher and 3 bloater clouds from when I installed the biochem station earlier. Oh shit. Oh god! Oh. Update 35, I'd be dead. Especially as that horde had a feral and a juggernaut. The chances of me surviving an infected encounter on foot in that situation would be next to none. I think this proves that Wick is destined for a higher purpose. Our last play cart is at St. Marcus's Public Library, and with 1 flare and 3 bloater grenades followed shortly after, we finally conquer the blood plague in Drucker County. But you know for a fact this isn't over yet. We still have 3 hostile enclaves remaining, and so far we have no further information about where Wick's brother is. But that's why we brought the gas launcher. Although I miss every single shot and nearly die in the process. But nearly isn't close enough as Wick goes back to spraying his load into the faces of strangers. Stay down, you bastard. I then head back to the library to swap my primary weapon for a 50 round 22, then use it to eliminate the penultimate hostile. Sadly though, she had no information, so this entire revenge trip is reliant on my final stop. 3 more hostiles between me and getting some more information about Wick's brother. The first dies incredibly quickly and a second charges up my rear, but the fool wasn't even armed. Also, what kind of knobhead dresses in a colourful animal hoodie? What a loser. I down the final hostile, then start the interrogation. Yeah, tell me about my brother. Where is he? I must know. Blood at boiling temperature, frothing at the mouth, I batter with my shovel. Oh, yeah, okay, apparently she couldn't take a shovel to the back. What kind of person can't take a shovel to the back, you know? You might think all was lost there, that with the death of that woman, the hope of finding Wick's brother also dies. But in her final moments, I was able to make out a few blood-choking words. Cascade Hills, Lizard, Gang, Cult. So that's exactly where he heads next. To Cascade Hills, to find the Lizard Gang cult and to find his lost brother.